the Buckleys riot. Let me recognize the parliamentary representative for this area, also Mr. Conway Maynard, the St. Kitts Nevis Labour Party candidate in the ongoing election campaign, other distinguished presenters who have gone before me and those to come, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Permit me firstly to express praise and commendations to the Nyabingi Theocracy Order. Theocracy Order, sorry. And also express similar praise and commendations to the St. Kitts Nevis National Preparation Committee. I would like to do the same for the St. Kitts Nevis Department of Culture. And in the process, permit me to prefer the apology of the Honorable Master of the Library, who has asked me to express her regrets in not being able to be with us here this afternoon because she's engaged in another activity in the Monkey Hill area. I believe that praise and commendations, however, should be expressed to them all. And why do we say that? We say that because they have all demanded that we halt and cease our activities at this moment of time. They have demanded that we pause. They have demanded also that we reflect. And not only reflect, but that we think. They have demanded that we insist, and that we insist for us all to remember the sacrifices that have gone in the past by our ancestors. I want to remind us of the great thinker, philosopher, and protector of Caribbean history and culture, the late great Rex Nettleford, who warned us time and time again that living without a sense of or an interest in our history would be like driving without a rear view mirror. And we all know how very taxing and indeed life-threatening drive under those circumstances would be. Professor Rex Nettleford believed, as does any thinking person, that those persons who possess that innate and palpable dignity we all see in others from time to time also tend to be those that see clearest and in fact see deepest and have the very deepest understanding of who they are and where they have come from, the trials their people have faced, the obstacles that they, through the ages, have also overcome. And I refer here not only to people of African heritage, but those, of course, who are the Jews, the British, the Japanese, the Irish, the indigenous people of the Americas, and the Chinese. And this applies, in fact, to all peoples everywhere. Those individuals with the ability to command without uttering a word. The respect of others often tend, it seems, to also be those very same people who understand the importance of being connected to the power of memory to those throughout the centuries who came before us. And today, I say, what a difference 80 years has made. What the difference 80 years have made to life, political, social, economic life for us here in St. Kitts and Nevis. How different a world those whose blood today flows in our veins faced in St. Kitts in 1935. How dramatically different our existences today that Ras Dabo Penny could push forward and ensure that the government of this country appear this afternoon at Buckleys Yard. How dramatically different that I, whose ancestors in 1935 had neither money, power, nor connection, would today be the democratically elected Prime Minister of this, our blessed and progressive country. How vastly different indeed when one considers that people were shot and killed here at Buckleys Yard over the issue of whether estate workers in St. Kitts would be paid a bonus of 8 pence, 3 pence, or no pence at all as a bonus, no matter how many tons of cane that they had cut. How different our lives indeed are today. But let us never forget, not even for one instant, that I stand here today and you sit here today as well, at ease and unafraid, totally unafraid, only because of the courage, the self-respect, and the determination of those men and women, those brave warriors who asserted their humanity here at Buckleys Yard 80 years ago today. Men and women who had neither money, power, those who had no access or connections, but who on that history-changing day said no more to the heartless degradation, exploitation, and humiliation that at that time for our people constituted daily life in St. Kitts and Nevis. I wish to remind us that Americans to this day revere their forebears who resisted the oppression of England more than 200 years ago. Jews to this day, they revere their forebears who resisted the brutality of Rome at Masada more than 2,000 years ago. The Ashanti to this day revere their forebears who resisted the brutality of Britain, and the British themselves to this day revere their forebears who resisted the aggression of Spain. So too must we here in St. Kitts and Nevis today remember and revere those who resisted the oppression of Britain and the brutality of the plantocracy. Joseph Samuel, our forebear, shot dead in Buckleys Yard. John Allen, our forebear, shot dead in Buckleys Yard. James Archibald, our forebear, shot dead in Buckleys Yard. Alfred Rogers, Cyril Tyson, William Fowler, Samuel Woodley, Ellsworth Selfridge, Charles Movin, Olive Allen, Virginia Greer, Joseph Williams, our forebears, all of them our forebears, attacked and injured in Buckley's Yard. In addition, there were also those who were arrested and as punishment sent across the waters to Antigua to serve time, more than 40 years of collective time, away from their families, never to see them again until they returned to St. Kitts. As we remember the heroes of the Buckleys Uprising, as we revere them, let us remember also the importance of supporting those like Ras Dabo Penny, like the St. Kitts Davis National Reparations Committee, like the Ministry of Culture, who are demanding that we live up to our very responsibilities as moral, spiritual beings to revere and remember those whose courage made the Buckleys Uprising stand out in the pages of Caribbean and world history. It is time indeed to build a monument, and by doing so we will show that we remember and we revere those long gone. It is time to build a monument. In doing so, we will say something about the state of our spirits and our very souls. It is time to build a monument in stone or steel or some alternate material, yes. But most importantly, it is time to awaken a reverence and a deep sense of gratitude in our hearts and in our very souls. I say to you that my government definitely is willing and will work with the various groups that I have mentioned to build more than a monument in material, but a long-lasting monument in our very hearts and souls. Please join me, therefore, in a moment of silence to the memory of the men and the women who took part in the Buckleys Uprising in 1935. May it please you to pause a moment wherever you are. Thank you.